Hey, Habs fans, are you feeling a tidal wave of excitement mixed with a gripping sense of caution right now? What if I told you that the Montreal Canadiens are closely monitoring the chaos unfolding with the St. Louis Blues, with GM Kent Hughes potentially gearing up for a blockbuster move to snag Jordan Kyrou, the elite winger with an $8.125 million annual contract to revolutionize our top six offense? With rumors fueled by discontent in St. Louis and the Blues' willingness to move high-salary players, this could be the defining trade to shake up the Eastern Conference. Today, we're diving deep into this electrifying speculation, exploring Kyrou's potential to transform the Habs attack, dissecting the massive financial risk, and debating if this is a bold play to make us instant contenders. Let's unpack this high-stakes rumor and see if Hughes is ready to roll the dice on a game-changer. Let's set the stage with the explosive buzz that's rocking the NHL trade market. The Canadiens, off to a promising 3-1-0 start in the 2025-26 season after a playoff return last year, are hungry to inject top-tier talent into their forward lines to sustain their early momentum and push toward true contention. With over $38 million in projected cap space for 2026-27 after shedding Carey Price's contract, Hughes has financial room to maneuver, though not without challenges. Enter Jordan Kyrou, the 27-year-old winger for Blues, who has emerged as a prime target for Montreal amid reported roster discontent and St. Louis openness to trading high contracts. While no deal is confirmed, the speculation is intensifying, especially with rival teams like Utah, formerly Arizona Coyotes, also in the hunt. Now, let's dive into why Jordan Kyrou is such a tantalizing fit for the Canadiens. At 27, Kyrou is in his prime, boasting blazing speed, elite skill, and a proven offensive pedigree with a career-high 73 points in a recent season. His dynamic, fast-paced style aligns perfectly with Martin St. Louis' philosophy of skating and relentless pressure, making him an ideal top-six winger to pair with talents like Nick Suzuki or Ivan Demidov. Slotting him on the top or second line would add a lethal scoring threat, addressing a critical need for a high-end forward depth. As analysts note, Kyrou is an elite talent hindered by chaos in St. Louis, with his best hockey still ahead, offering both immediate impact and long-term value. This isn't just an addition, it's a potential catalyst to redefine our offensive identity. Let's imagine Kyrou's impact on Montreal's lineup. Slotting him on the top line with Suzuki and Cole Caulfield will create a trio capable of dismantling any defense, blending Kyrou's speed with Suzuki's playmaking and Caulfield's sniping. Alternatively, pairing him on the second line with a center like Kirby Dach and Demidov would form a devastating secondary unit, ensuring scoring depth across multiple lines. Picture Kyrou flying down the wing, weaving through defenders and bearing highlight reel goals. His 73-point season proves he's a game-changer. Under St. Louis' system, which thrives on pace and creativity, Kyrou could elevate the Habs from playoff hopefuls to serious cup contenders, potentially shaking the Eastern Conference hierarchy. This could turn the Bell Center into a fortress of unstoppable offense. Of course, acquiring Kyrou comes with staggering financial costs and significant hurdles that test Hughes' cautious approach. Under an 8-year contract at $8.125 million annually through 2030-31, Kyrou's deal is a major risk, the kind of long, expensive commitment Hughes has historically avoided, as analysts warn. The trade cost to be astronomical, likely a 2026 first-round pick, a top defensive prospect like Lane Hudson or David Reinbacher, and possibly a roster player like Patrick Lane or Dach to balance salaries. St. Louis, looking to acquire draft assets and reshape their locker room, will demand a premium return, while Kyrou must be convinced to accept the trade, though Montreal is seen as an attractive destination. Hughes must weigh this against future cap flexibility for extensions to young stars like Slavkovsky, making this a high-stakes gamble. Let's dig into the risks and counterarguments, fueling the debate. Analysts highlight the massive obstacle of Kyrou's contract, noting that while the reward is a 70-point winger in his prime, the $8.125 million cap hit through 2031 could become a burden if his production dips or injuries strike, handcuffing the Habs' financial health. Trading a first-round pick and a top prospect depletes the rebuild's foundation, a dangerous move if Kyrou doesn't mesh with St. Louis' system or adapt to Montreal's intense market pressure. Utah's presence in the race, actively monitoring Kyrou, inflates the market price, potentially outbidding Montreal if St. Louis prioritizes draft capital. For the Blues, moving Kyrou isn't just a salary dump. They want assets to rebuild, adding complexity. This isn't a safe bet. It's a roll of the dice with franchise-altering consequences. Let's step back and assess the broader implications. If the Canadiens landed Jordan Kyrou, it would mark a seismic shift from cautious rebuilding to aggressive contention, signaling Hughes' readiness to take a massive risk for immediate impact and positioning the Habs as a threat in the Eastern Conference. It's not just about adding a winger. It's about injecting elite scoring, speed, and prime-age talent into a roster poised for a leap alongside Suzuki and Caulfield. For St. Louis, trading Kyrou would provide cap relief and future assets to aid a retool, a strategic move amid roster discontent. As the rumor concludes, this will be the most decisive play of Hughes' tenure, transforming Montreal into an instant contender, but the contract risk looms large. Yet, the chance to snag a top-6 star at his peak is too valuable to ignore. As we wrap this up, I'm caught between the thrilling vision of Jordan Kyrou tearing up the ice in a Canadiens jersey, supercharging our attack, and the sobering reality of the financial burden and trade costs involved. This trade rumor, targeting an elite winger from St. Louis to cure Montreal's offensive woes, feels like a franchise-defining gamble for Kent Hughes. Kyrou's speed, skill, and potential to make us contenders are undeniably enticing, but the $8.125 million cap hit through 2031, and the price of top picks or prospects scream caution. Whether this materializes or remains a bold what if, it's a reminder that the Habs are at a crossroads, weighing a shot at instant glory against long-term stability. For now, the speculation keeps the fire roaring as we await a move that could reshape the East. So, Habs Nation, I'm turning this over to you. Would you back Kent Hughes trading a first-round pick and a top prospect to acquire Jordan Kyrou, even with a massive contract risk, or should we preserve our assets for a steadier build? Drop your passionate takes and cautious concerns in the comments. I'm eager to see if this rumor ignites the same mix of hope and worry in you as it does in me. And if the thought of Kyrou in blue, Blanc et Rouge has you hyped, hit that like button to show your excitement. Let's keep this conversation blazing as we watch the Habs chase greatness in 2025 to 26. Until next time, keep believing in bleed blue, Blanc et Rouge.